Islam, the world's second largest religion, with rich history and culture stretching back over a millennium. Islam is built on 5 pillars, of which fasting throughout the holy month of Ramadan requires the greatest sacrifice. Fasting was made a religious practice when the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, established a Muslim community in Medina in the 7th century. While the customs may vary, these practices are observed around the world, in the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, Malaysia, and in the United Kingdom. Ramadan is the time for Muslims to abstain from eating and drinking. But it's more than a religious sacrifice. Ramadan is also a time for families, friends, and communities to come together and share in the culinary rewards of the season. This 1-hour program rejoices in everything that is great and good about Ramadan, while taking a special interest in the delights of the Muslim dining table, when we go behind the scenes and learn how to make delicious Ramadan meals, snacks, and sweets. So join me, Mehreen Baig, on my enlightened journey into Ramadan. Ramadan is the biggest religious act of its kind, observed by approximately 1.6 billion people around the world and an estimated 3 million here in the UK. Over the next 24 hours, I'm going to show you what really happens during the holy month of Ramadan.
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Arabic Islamic lunar calendar.
Literally, if you want to translate the word Ramadan, from Arabic, it means that which is scorching under the burning sun of the desert. This is a very interesting symbolic meaning, because ideally during Ramadan, the followers of Islam are meant to purge their souls, to burn their sins.
Scorching, it scorches the soul, so that the soul is purified during the experience of this whole month.
Ramadan was introduced as a holy month of fasting after the Night of Power, when God revealed his truths to his last prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him. God sent down the angel Gabriel to bestow him the Quran as he was meditating in a cave, reflecting on the social injustices he had witnessed in his native Mecca.
Muhammad received his first revelation in this year 610.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
The Quran did not come all in one block in that year, but actually it was revealed gradually to the Prophet over a period of 22 years.
لعلكم تتقون.
Muhammad spent 10 years in Mecca, preaching God's word.
Very few people accepted the faith to start with, because he was asking people for things which were far too difficult for them to give up idolatry and believe in the one God. Idolatry was useful for the people of Mecca, because all tribes of Arabia had their idols around the Kaaba in Mecca, and they come to worship, and that is sort of religious tourism for them. Muhammad came to say, no, there are no such a thing as this, and it's only one God. They also resisted the fact that they will be raised again after death. They couldn't believe that. And the Quran kept coming back to it and proving to them or giving arguments. The third and most important thing they rejected was equality. The religion came to say that all people are equal. This is difficult to accept in a tribal, hierarchical society where tribes were too proud of themselves and would not accept that we are equal to anyone. Muhammad came to say the slaves are equal to the head of the tribe.
These principles formed the foundations of the Islamic faith and rallied many to the Prophet's call. Nonetheless, Muhammad remained persecuted in Mecca, and so, 12 years later, in an event called the Hijra, he led his disciples 280 miles north to the town of Medina and founded a Muslim community. The year was 622 AD.
And there, for the first time, the Muslim had a community which is not persecuted, and they began to practice their full religion. So in the second year, you have the obligation of the fast as a pillar of the faith.
كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون.
It's the last night of Ramadan here in London, and millions of commuters are headed home for their evening meal. But for 10% of this city's population, this dinner is going to be more important than most. These colourful sweet and savoury shops may have seemed empty a few moments ago, but they're starting to fill up as Muslims prepare for their Iftar, a time when they can finally eat after 18 hours of fasting. During Ramadan, communities come together when night falls. So while this might seem like the end of the day to non-Muslims, for followers of the faith, there are a few obligations yet to be fulfilled, from the moment we go home to prepare the evening's Iftar meal.
The meal is called Iftar. Iftar means breaking the fast.
Muhammad's ideals of equality are truly experienced during Ramadan, especially around Iftar, when families, communities, and even strangers gather in droves to break their fast in spiritual communion. For example, at the East London Mosque in England's royal capital, Iftar is served for some 800 worshippers and non-worshippers alike. And while London waits, around the world the hour of Iftar approaches even closer. In Istanbul, Turkey, the sun is about to set. The crowds have gathered in parks and squares. Adela Ucar is enthralled.
The atmosphere, Umid, is fantastic. Why do all these people gather here?
Spiritually, this place is very amazing for the Muslim people in Istanbul and all of the Turkey. And as you see, they all have their own food on the table.
Yeah, I can see they have it in front, but nobody touches it.
Yes.
And when do they know they have to break a fast?
When you hear azan, call for pray, all these people break their fast.
I can't even imagine how they must feel, having all this yummy food in front of you, not having eaten for the whole day. They must be so hungry. It's like,
I guess so. I guess
I want
so.
to eat, I want to
Hungry,
eat.
but also they're happy because they're doing that fast.
Meanwhile, in Lucknow, India, Iftar is about to be announced. The fast will be broken with dates. Zay Harding is on the scene.
Every evening after sunset during the fasting month of Ramadan, Muslim communities from across the city get together to break their fast. The women sit separately to the men and can be seen decked up in beautiful designer selwar kameez as they meet their friends and relatives to break their fast. With prayers, the fast is broken by consuming dry fruits.
So hungry.
Starting with the date.
Starting with the date?
Dates. These are the dates. These are the energetic materials which we have to take in the body.
This has all the nutrients that your body needs.
The Prophet used to break the fast with dates, and you do 1 or 2 or 3 dates, 1 or 3 dates. Everybody there start with dates and drinks.
Dates have been a staple of the Middle East as far back as the Neolithic age. That's where Bobby Chin finds the most nutritious dates, 825 feet below sea level in the biblical town of Jericho.
Here in Jericho, the city of palms, medjool dates have been successfully cultivated for export ever since the Israelis lifted their embargo in 1994. The unique climate and underground springs provide the right temperature and optimum humidity for the production of these medjool dates, giving them their great size, taste, and color.
This is a large, what we call super jumbo date.
Super jumbo date.
As you see, it's the first quality. There's no air in it, and it has a good size and a good color. It is proven scientifically that the date has a full nutrition value, meaning it has all the elements that a human being needs for his food.
After breaking the fast with dates, it is time for prayer. And only after prayer is the main meal served.
How hard was it for you to fast today?
It was too hard.
Yeah?
Yeah, because without water, it's really a hard time because at the meantime we have to perform each and every activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you think of God, huh?
Yeah.
We return to Istanbul, where night has fallen and the locals have joined the Muslims in India in their prayer and fast breaking.
But then a carnival atmosphere takes over, followed by a breakfast eating. Umid and I were invited to join a group's breakfast meal.
Wow, so is this traditional Ramadan
Yes, this
food?
is very traditional.
There's so much food, it reminds me of like the Christmas. It's great. It's like Muslims' Christmas.
I'm at East London Mosque, where people are preparing for Iftar, their evening meal. Now, it is segregated, so I'm not allowed inside, but I am allowed to look through this window. It's common for mosques like this to offer Iftar for the local community, especially for the poor, people who are traveling away from home, or people who are too busy to cook. The goal of Ramadan during the fasting and eating hours is to remind us that all men are equal. Muslims, therefore, feel they have a duty on this earth to serve the less fortunate. They see Ramadan as a time of staking this equality. So as the day draws to a close, the evening becomes their time for giving and coming together. Food is shared and everyone is thankful for God's mercy. This is what Iftar means to the faithful. All around the world, Muslims are reminded of their duties to mankind.
What does Ramadan or Ramzan mean to a young Muslim like yourself here in Lucknow?
Throughout the month, no eating, no water, no smoking, no sex. You're basically abstaining from all these so-called pleasures so that you can come closer to God. This is a state you can become pure. Like, you cleanse your body, you cleanse your soul. And also, you realize how somebody who's less fortunate, who might not get regular food, how they feel. It helps you build empathy with your fellow beings. And it is really difficult, especially on a hot summer day like this. It is quite exhausting, but if you have faith in God, it's a breeze. It's quite simple.
Well, I love the idea that everybody gets involved. This is really neat.
Do you try to be a better person as well during Ramadan?
I try to be more calm.
Yeah?
Because our business is really hard. But in office, we all try to be more calm.
And not eating helps it or makes it even more difficult, right? No smoking?
No, nothing.
Come on.
No alcohol, no nothing.
I would have a very, very hard time. It's very impressive you do it.
Ramadan is very often associated with fasting, but that is a very limiting way of understanding Ramadan, because Ramadan is really about exercising compassion, about training the soul to improve itself, to see your own limitations and to establish a particular link with God.
It involves total abstention from food, drinks, smoking included, and marital activities, euphemistically speaking. It is really a very highly spiritual occasion.
The Ramadan is actually a month of spiritual upliftments. In the Quran, Allah said, كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. The Ramadan is upon you so that you can uplift yourself, and you become very pious and the righteous persons.
It is also sacrifice, sharing your wealth, sacrificing a certain amount of money for the poor and the needy and the destitute. This is basically the main teaching of Ramadan. It's refraining from all sorts of worldly issues. It's a spiritual upliftment of human nature that you can feel, you can become a part of a tolerant society. This is the greater message of Ramadan, in fact.
In big cities, like London, for instance, which are cosmopolitan cities, you have communities, different communities of Muslims from different ethnic, linguistic, national backgrounds, living next to each other and maybe practicing in the same mosque. What happens is that then you have a sort of cross-fertilization of culinary practices.
Because Iftar rejoices in the act of giving and sharing, it's really no surprise that the world of Islam offers up an abundance of delicious recipes to serve this noble end. A communal Iftar in India is typically shared over a lamb or chicken biryani. The meat is first mixed with a ginger and garlic paste, a sprinkle of salt, add spoonfuls of turmeric followed by red chili, cinnamon sticks, cloves, cardamom, stir it all up. Add yogurt, then lemon juice, a combo of mint, coriander and green chilies, refined peanut oil, marinate for about 45 minutes, then cover over with enough boiled rice. Add water and some ghee. Finally, add saffron and milk to your biryani. Cook for around 45 minutes, and voila! You have made one scrumptious iftar dinner. A perfect sharing iftar doesn't come any better than with a large platter of Mansaf, the national dish of Jordan. Generous cuts of lamb are cooked in a tenacious yogurt called jameed. Jameed is the preserved and fermented goat's milk of the Bedouin. If you want to make Mansaf, throw your lamb into a pot and sear. Break up the hardened, preserved jameed and soak in water. Mulch into a milky liquid, add chopped onions to the lamb and season. Tip in a jug of water and braise the lamb. Now you can introduce your jameed liquid. Cook some rice or bulgur wheat by first frying then boiling. Then lay out some local shrak bread onto your serving platter. Spread over more rice and ghee. Lastly, scoop on your jameed-drenched lamb and pine nuts. This really is a dish made for communal celebration. London, and it's high time I made my own iftar dish, which brings me to Zayan restaurant in Ladbroke Grove. Zayan is a cosy Michelin-recommended Moroccan joint run by mother and son team Meryem and Joe Mortell. We're going to rustle up a national classic.
Okay, so we're going to be making harira, which is a traditional Moroccan iftar dish. So Meryem, what exactly is harira?
Oh, harira is a main dish in Ramadan
in
Morocco. So for iftar, we have it every day. It's a soup, tomato soup. It's like the version of minestrone. It's also the oldest dish that we have in Morocco.
Okay.
So every afternoon you find all the mothers, all the wives, everybody cooking harira. And you can smell it from outside.
How do we make harira? What ingredients do we need?
So we start with the chopped onions.
Okay.
So today we're making harira for 12 people. So there is a couple of chopped onions here.
Okay.
We're going to chop one celery. Then you have the coriander. It's so fresh, so nice. And we have a bunch of parsley. Again, you're using the whole thing, the whole parsley. So that's just the herbs.
Brown lentils?
Brown lentils or green lentils.
Yeah.
So we use like half a cup of lentils.
Okay.
Chickpeas.
Okay.
They've been soaked overnight in water.
To make them softer?
Yeah, so we use chickpeas a lot in Morocco. And then you have the tomatoes, so they're fresh and juicy. We peel them, take the seeds out, cut them. These have been done for me by my son, chopped. And then we blitz them into a paste as well. Then spices. We use quite a lot of ginger. It's very fragrant, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Turmeric, as you know, is an antioxidant. It's very good for health.
Yeah.
Black pepper.
Yeah.
And salt.
Okay.
Then we use vermicelli. And then we make a paste with white flour.
Yeah.
And this is the secret ingredient. It's fermented butter with salt. You use really very, very small amounts. Would you like to smell? It's very strong.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah.
And that's what gives the oomph to the harira.
Okay, so we've looked at the ingredients. Should we go and make some harira?
Yes, let's get Joe working.
Our chef Joe starts by chopping up the celery.
Celery is really good for digestion. Yeah. So for Ramadan, because you're fasting the whole day, it helps with the digestive system as well and gives you vitamin C and K. So really good for Ramadan.
Now Joe chops up the coriander and parsley. A little olive oil is squirted about the pot. Then fry the onions. Celery goes in next. Give the pot a shake. Add our lovely brown lentils, followed by our aromatic herbs.
Oh, it smells so good.
Especially when you're fasting.
It's making me really hungry.
Drop in some tomato puree and stir well. Add more herbs and stir again. Ginger's next, and then the turmeric. Last of all, sprinkles of salt. Pour in a sluice full of water. Don't hold back. Now you can add the blended tomatoes.
My mum will be so proud.
Time for the chickpeas.
All of them?
Yeah.
Done. I'm a harira professional.
Stir occasionally and then introduce the vermicelli. Add a stock cube for extra taste. We now mix up the flour with water and add to the pot, remembering to keep stirring. This will help thicken up our harira broth.
And that's it, we're done. Harira is ready.
Not yet, not quite yet. We still have the secret ingredient.
Oh, the key.
Yes, called smen.
And our harira is ready. I can't wait to eat it. We've got just 3 hours left before we can try our harira. Thank you so much, Meryem, for teaching me how to cook this amazing Moroccan iftar dish.
Thank you.
Thank you. Joe, we mustn't hug because boys and girls cannot hug during Ramadan. You must avoid all temptation, though it's hard with me around.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر
We just shared a meal that is called Iftar in the masjid or in the mosque. Basically, it is the sense that whole community comes together, share their food, their spirituality. It's not only in the mosque, but if you go and you can find other areas, even you are meant to share the food with non-Muslim neighbors as well.
Iftar has ended, and it's time for all us tired Muslims to leave our places of gathering and go to bed. But it's only for a few hours, as the first meal of the new day awaits, and it must be consumed before dawn breaks. This is a Ramadan breakfast, and it's called suhoor.
The key second moment of a day of Ramadan is suhoor, which is the pre-dawn prayer and associated also with a breakfast. A breakfast that, like the dinner, should be rich, but also should be done in moderation.
I've invited my sister and my extended family over for suhoor. Look at them in their pajamas. And they're bringing yummy food.
Can you not knock so loudly next time? I'm Islam for you.
Hi, Mama. I'm so tired, guys. Let's eat now.
Suhoor, it is less heavy than the other meal, but it is highly recommended by the Prophet, so that people do not start the fast long day with their stomach empty.
The pre-dawn breakfast meal, suhoor, varies quite a bit. What you serve for suhoor depends upon whether you're from the Middle East or Asia or the United States of America, and whether you're ravenous in the morning or still a little ill from overindulging at last night's iftar. Though, of course, these dishes are enjoyed at any time of the year, not just during Ramadan. Bobby Chin visited a popular breakfast bar in pre-war Aleppo to taste an Egyptian fava bean stew called Fool Madamis.
Yallahi. This is obviously the hot place in town. This is Hajj Abdu El Foual, which is Abdu, and he's a seller fool. Pulses are hugely important in the Middle East and were originally relied upon as a cheap alternative to meat. And there are hundreds of dishes using just about every kind of bean imaginable, but fool remains one of the most popular. Abdu here makes it the traditional way, using broad beans, tahina, cumin, garlic, chili, olive oil, and lemon juice. I got here, there was a queue, now it's a mob.
I just came from Dubai, just to eat fool at Abu Abdu.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is the best fool in town.
So you come with your pot and
I go home and eat it with some tomato, some good bread. Yeah.
The lines may be long, but no one here is complaining. Finally, my turn. And I'm going for full Aleppan style, which substitutes the lemon juice for, you guessed it, pomegranate. And at Abdu's, it's BYOP. Just look at them go. كده كفاية ألف شكر. شكرا. I can totally understand why you can use pomegranate juice versus the lemon, because it's less acidic Kind of like heightens all those flavors without the acidity. Let's take a little taster's test. That is excellent. Abdu, enta ma'allim. And that's as good as you'll ever get it anywhere.
In Tunisia, North Africa, a chickpea porridge proves a satisfying filler for Ian Wright.
What I need is a bit of food to kickstart me off in the morning. Something cheap, something local. And this is what I'm looking for. If you see these glazed ceramic bowls outside a cafe, then you know it's a sign of a leblebi stall.
To make leblebi, break up chunks of pita bread into a bowl. Ladle in generous scoops of chickpeas, hot red chilli, a bit of salt, sprinkle some cumin powder and olive oil, crack in half a boiled egg, and finally top it all off with tuna and capers.
Here we go. This is my first time with leblebi. Oh. God, it's really soft, but quite stodgy, quite filling. Plenty of chilli in there. Whew. Not sure about breakfast, but it's going to fill you up. Is leblebi served just for breakfast, or is it all day?
No, just for breakfast.
Right. When do they finish it?
At 1, 11, midday.
Yeah.
In my house, we are having a very typical Asian suhoor.
It's the last suhoor of Ramadan, which means all my family has gathered together in our pyjamas at 1:45 a.m. to cook together and celebrate and eat this meal together. We're going to be cooking some traditional Pakistani omelette, making some parathas, but the main dish is going to be called aloo ki bhujia. It's a potatoey kind of dish that you usually have at breakfast, and luckily for you, it won't be me cooking, but it'll be Mum taking lead. Mum, what's the ingredients that we need?
We need onions, we need potatoes, we need green chilies, and we need coriander for that.
These are the spices that we need.
We need for that, yeah.
Okay, so the spices that we need: garlic powder.
This is black seed.
Black seed. Brown seed.
Mustard seed.
Mustard seed. Mustard seed.
And then there's red chili powder.
Red chili powder. Salt.
Turmeric.
Cumin.
Cumin. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do first?
First, we have to peel the potatoes. So Amra and Amna, can you help me doing this one?
While the girls begin peeling and cubing the potatoes, Mum chops up the onions. I start the omelette by adding chopped tomatoes to my eggs and whisking. Put some oil into a hot pan, add the onions and gently fry. In go the potatoes next, and stir. Follow up with a dash of salt and our spices. Mix it about and add a cup of water. Bring to the boil, simmer, then throw the coriander and chilies into the pan. Give it all a good old stir and reduce. While the aloo ki bhujia reduces, Mum is hard at work on her parathas. These scrummy traditional flatbreads are fried.
My omelette, which I've had to fold in half because I broke it and wasn't able to keep it whole, is eggs. So it's protein, which means it's really good to have for suhoor because it gives you strength. Then we've got our aloo ki bhujia, which is potatoes, and that's carbs. That's a slow release of energy throughout the day. And then our parathas, our bread, they fill you up, and you need something that's going to fill you up and keep you full for as long as possible if you're going to be fasting for 18 hours. So is the bhujia ready?
It's all done.
Finished?
Yep.
So we are ready
to serve food.
Let's eat.
Let's eat.
Aloo ki bhujia ready.
Really yummy. Thank you for teaching us, Shiri Auntie. We need more cooking lessons.
I tried the omelette. It was the best thing here. It's just gone past 3 a.m. Unfortunately, I've got a really early start tomorrow morning. But luckily, I've already had breakfast. Good night.
Last night I got about 2 hours sleep, and now I can't eat or drink until nighttime. For many Muslims, during Ramadan, daylight brings the harsh realities of modern-day society. It is time for many adults to go to work. Taxi! Tomorrow should mark the end of Ramadan. It's a public holiday for some of us practicing Muslims, but life isn't so straightforward, because we remain eternally at the mercy of the moon's appearance.
Ramadan is governed by the lunar calendar, which is related to the moon, the appearance of the crescent moon and its movement during the month. It begins only when the new moon is sighted. It ends only when the new moon is sighting to have the Eid and the following months. And this can be after 30 or 29 days, because the lunar calendar, it has 12 months, but it is 11 days shorter than the Christian calendar. So it is 355 days and sometimes 354.
An interesting thing about the following this lunar calendar is the fact that Ramadan can happen at very different times of the year, in very different seasons. And nowadays, that we have a global Muslim community with Islam being followed in the most diverse parts of the world, from South Africa to Saudi Arabia to Pakistan to Iceland, there is a technical problem that Muslims need to overcome, in that they have to find a suitable time to fix these the start and the end of the fast during Ramadan, because it is impossible physically for a Muslim person living in the northern hemisphere, say in Iceland, to actually fast for 20 hours or more. So Muslim councils of scholars, of experts have gathered and found ways to arrange the start and end of fasting to be in line more or less to the times that are used in Muslim majority countries.
Despite the hardships that come from fasting in the ever-changing lunar calendar, there are rewards to be earned too for this worthy self-sacrifice.
I personally, after certain times of Ramadan, I experience clarity of mind which I never feel during any other time.
Ramadan fasting in particular can help improve good cholesterol or HDL cholesterol. It can help lower bad cholesterol or LDL cholesterol. It can help lower blood pressure and also reduce anxiety. There was also some very interesting research done on how it can boost mood and actually improve the stock market. There was a large international study done of 14 countries, in countries where the population was predominantly Muslim. And what they looked at was the correlation between Ramadan and investment stock market behavior. And what they found was that during the period of Ramadan, stock market returns were 9 times higher historically than during any other calendar month. And what the researchers concluded was that Ramadan fosters sort of social cohesion and feelings of solidarity and optimism. And this optimistic psychology is transferred to investment behavior.
But we must never forget that Ramadan is about purifying the mind, the body, and the soul to please God and to make us better people.
It is really a very highly spiritual occasion, more than just the fasting or abstention from food and drink. The people do more prayer in the evening in addition.
Prayer is one of the 5 pillars of Islam and goes by the name of Salat. During Ramadan, immersion in prayer is a crucial step towards purging one of life's sins. These particular seasonal prayers are called Taraweeh, and they intensify in the last 10 days of Ramadan as we near the anniversary of the Night of Power, that fateful moment Muhammad received the Holy Quran.
In addition to the fasting, in addition to praying more, in addition to contemplating and praising God more, you are expected to give more charity.
Equal to prayer, charity is an indispensable part of Ramadan, and it also stands as Islam's 3rd pillar. Charity goes by the name of zakat.
Zakat is one of the pillars of Islam, and it refers to a particular requirement of Muslims to care for the community by giving 1/4 of their income to charitable causes, to the poor, to the people in need.
Zakat is an Arabic word. It means growing. You grow spiritually by doing it, and your wealth grows by giving that little percentage of your money to other people. The Prophet gives us beautiful sayings to show that it doesn't reduce your wealth. Indeed, it increases it. The Quran itself says it increases your wealth because God will give you more for giving other people that small percentage.
Charity is important in Islam regardless of Ramadan, but over Ramadan, what we believe is in whatever good rewards that we do is multiplied by 70.
Zakat is a pillar of Islam anyway, but this sense of responsibility towards those in need is enhanced during the period of Ramadan, because Ramadan is so much centered around compassion and mercy and about the sense of solidarity and being part of the community. So the giving of food, of money to the community and to others is emphasized during the period of Ramadan.
No one exemplifies this sense of charity and self-sacrifice as much as my friend Rashid over there. Rashid Ali is training for a 4,000-mile bike ride to Mecca in the name of charity. This year, he hopes to raise money for the orphan children of his native Bangladesh, with whom he has a special attachment. He cycles 30 miles a day, and yet not a single drop of water nor a spoonful of food has entered his mouth since the early hours. Rashid.
Hiya.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. Rashid, how do you manage to train when you're fasting?
So I've been doing it once I break fast, which is about 9 o'clock. So after 9 o'clock, I go for a 20-30 mile ride. But even then, that's not a lot compared to what I should be doing.
What about all the water that you're losing? You're fasting throughout the day, then you're training throughout the night.
I tend to use from 9 o'clock till sunrise, use that whole time, all those hours, just drinking water constantly. So I carry a bottle on me, on my bike, there's bottles all over my house, and I'm literally everywhere I'm going, just constantly every 5 minutes drinking at least a half a litre of water, trying to make up for it.
I mean, the challenge for all Muslims, but especially for someone like you, is the changing lunar calendar. I mean, the sun doesn't even go down until 9:30 these days.
Oh yeah, every year it goes back by 10 days, so it's getting longer and longer. I mean, I remember 3-4 years ago, we were breaking fast at 4 or 5 o'clock, and now it's like 9:30, and every day it's changing 2 minutes. It gets 2 minutes later, and you're breaking in the morning, it's getting 2 minutes earlier, so it's getting like literally 4 minutes longer every day. It just means I sleep longer during the day a bit, stay awake during the night, and change my eating routines, drinking routines. Just got to plan it all out. And I'm lucky because I'm where I work, I'm working for a charity at the moment, so they're a bit flexible, they know what I'm going through, so that helps.
Is it easier to raise money during Ramadan?
Yes, definitely. You know, people are encouraged to give more charity during Ramadan, so I always tend to take a challenge just before Ramadan, and I've already met 50% of my funding, so it is quite a good time to raise money.
Where are you going now?
Going home.
I thought you said you're going to carry on training.
I'm still 10 miles away, so it can be still part of my training.
Well, I'm going to get an Uber.
Yeah? Sorry, I can't give you a lift.
It's fine. I can't ride a bike. I'll see you soon.
Take care. Nice meeting you.
Good luck, Rashid.
Thanks a lot. Make dua for me.
I will do. We all will. The end of Ramadan is called Eid-Ul-Fitr, which translated means the breaking of the fast. It's a grand cause for celebration as us followers of the faith have passed Muhammad's great test of fasting and refrain. We feel purified too, and we're finally allowed to eat whatever we please, such as Allah's mercy.
After the long experience of fasting, you celebrate, and people prepare for it. Special food again, special cakes. Normally, there are special sweets for Ramadan.
So, the end of Ramadan brings just rewards, and it's no coincidence that this event is affectionately known as Sweet Eid, as Muslims around the world indulge in all things sugary, syrupy, and deliciously tasty. India loves its halwa, and it also loves its sugary laddus, which are consumed on festive occasions. A shredded pastry from Nablus in Palestine is kunafi. It's a favourite found in the food stalls of Jordan, a crunchy golden lasagna filled with mozzarella cheese coated in syrup. It's best eaten hot. Another Middle Eastern delight is mutarbak, a sweet pancake made of goat and lamb cheese, baked in the oven for a few minutes, generously coated in syrup, and then consumed in good company. While the Turkish take a particular delight in a sticky baklava. Thin layers of pastry, sandwiching a coat of ghee, covered with even more layers of pastry, then filled with chopped nuts. The whole creation is cut into lattice shapes, drizzled over with even more ghee, and baked to perfection. But the Eid sweets I'm going to make is a stuffed cookie called mamoul. Helping me is author of the cookbook Ramadan Express, housewife and mother, Lina Saad.
Lina's going to be making some Eid sweets for us. So, Lina, what are you going to be making today?
I'll be making mamoul, which is Lebanese in origin sweets, and they're made of semolina and some dates, or a choice of other nuts like pistachios and walnuts.
So sweets are obviously a really significant part of Eid, as is food. Why do you think that sweets are so important?
Well, it brings people together. That's what food is. But let's not forget that the people are fasting for 29 to 30 days a year. At the end of the 30 days or 29 days, they're in so much need of sugar and energy, and they want to just, celebrate their time or the end of Ramadan by just eating whatever they really want. And it is one of the traditional sweets that's being served, and it's quite authentic to all these countries. And it's a way of sharing happiness, and it just brings people together through food.
Okay, so shall we get started? What ingredients do we need to make this?
Okay, so here we've got a core ingredient, which is fine semolina, and then coarse semolina, ghee, which is very important because it gives it more body, icing sugar, rose water, and orange blossom water. Just smell how floral that is. And this is the mahlab, which is spices made of a cherry stone. The mahlab is quite aromatic. It's got very distinctive aroma into it.
That's
you can feel it's
lovely.
quite earthy and edgy, but at the same time, it's got we're fasting today, so we can't have a taste. I forgot. And these are the pistachios that we would use later on, coarsely chopped pistachios.
Right, so what's the first thing that we do?
So the first thing we do is we get the semolina and we mix it with the ghee. Would you like to have a go yourself at doing this?
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. I'm not the best cook, but I'll give it
give it a try. It's not very hard, actually. It's one of the easiest things. So we've got your fine semolina here, so we can add that. Yes, pour that in. Don't be scared.
Got it.
And that's your coarse semolina, slightly coarser, but it adds a little body into the whole dough at the end.
Okay.
Now the major part here is the ghee. So now is the fun part, or therapeutic part, I believe. So all the ghee is in here, and the most substantial thing to do is to rub the semolina with your hands in between the palms.
Okay.
And add up some love into that.
Love.
Go on then, wet your hands.
All right.
Don't be scared.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels really nice.
It's nice. It's just like when you were a child and you're playing with sand.
That feels like sand.
I know, my daughter loves doing that.
That's really nice.
Yeah, go for it. Go.
All right.
Now let's get stuck in. Starting with the mahlab spice, then the icing sugar, a little water to keep our ingredients moist, followed by a few drops of rose water and orange blossom. Remember to keep turning the dough over with your hands. If the mixture gets too dry, you can always add a little more water.
Okay, let me just bring it all together now.
This is the crucial part, smoothing out the mamoul dough and kneading it like bread. Roll it, divide it, and shape it into manageable piles. It's time to add our chopped pistachio nut filling. Fill your parcels. 1 spoonful of pistachios per parcel is good. Close them up. Now let's have some fun here. Lena sprinkles a little flour into moulds to stop our mamul parcels from sticking. We then shape them and bash them out.
Muslims don't actually know whether Ramadan's going to last 29 days or 30 days. It all depends on the sighting of the moon in Saudi Arabia. So we sit here and we wait to see whether the new moon has been sighted. If it has, it means it's the night of the moon, which means the next day is Eid. It can be quite awkward if you're trying to take a day off work because you don't know until the night before when Eid is actually going to be. Right now, we're waiting to see whether the moon has been sighted, so we know whether today is the last fast or if we have one more to go tomorrow. So now that means
baking time.
It's baking time.
We're just going to put it into the oven.
The mamouls are all done, so slot them into the oven for about 20 minutes at 150 degrees. They should have this slightly pink colour when they're baked.
Is that the pink colour we're looking for?
That is the pink colour. Look at that. It's gorgeous. It smells wonderful.
I know, I can smell it from here.
Can you smell it? You can smell everything, like the rose water, the orange blossom, everything is just blooming out.
Beautiful. And you're putting on the finishing touches?
Yes, and that's the spirit of Eid, actually. It's bringing people together through rewarding food for the holy month, really. After 30 days, we deserve a reward.
Lena, I cannot wait to go home and try this. Thank you again for helping.
With pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Eid Mubarak as well to you and everyone else.
So Eid Mubarak to all. Yes, blessed celebration. That is when the sun sets and the night creeps in to welcome the very last breaking of the fast this year. It is the time to rejoice.
It's a great celebration because you have been through this lovely experience of fasting the entire month. And God gives you this gift. Now you can enjoy yourself, eat and drink and together and have this experience of happiness.
It's official. The moon has been sighted, which means it's Eid tomorrow. The traffic is blocked for miles. Horns are beeping, music is blasting, henna stalls are out. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight in the build-up to Eid tomorrow.
I'm in Southall, West London, and the town centre comes to life with a very public celebration. The shops are doing trade and there are bargains galore. Everyone is feeling generous. And the youth? They just can't stop dancing. Eid is an amazing time to be part of the Muslim community.
During Eid-Ul-Fitr, also children receive presents, so it's a little bit like Christmas.
Like as Christmas presents, you give Eid presents here. My own family here have many grandchildren. They expect cash from me on that day. And in the morning, nicely dressed, go out to the mosque to do the Eid prayer, short prayer and a sermon, and then they sit together, eat and drink, and so on as large community.
We thank Allah, who has shown us great mercy in this difficult time, and our appreciation of his gifts continues 3 days into Shawwal, the official start of the 10th month of the lunar calendar.
Come on, a good spicy curry, whether it's vegetarian.
Traditionally, Eid lasts for 3 days, but here in London, it carries on for a full week to fit in with the London Mayor's official Eid festival. As you can see, the food stalls are booming. Everyone's relishing in the ability to eat whatever they want, whenever they want.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Gonna get myself a tub of lovely Egyptian street food called kushari. Macaroni covered in a zingy tomato and chili sauce, ladled with chickpeas, and generously topped up with a smattering of crispy fried onions.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Time to eat.
It's a celebration. You meet friends, family, and friends at work. We just eat, drink, and share our food and enjoy, just like here.
I lost nearly 2 kg and I feel so great while fasting. I think it's most wonderful. I think everybody should fast once in their life and that purifies your body. It helps you.
It's nice to see such a diverse range of ethnicities coming together, not just Muslims, people of all faiths and not on other religions.
I'm here with my family and friends. We've been fasting for 29 to 30 days, and now we're here just to enjoy the food, and it's lovely to see that London is hosting such a nice event.
Brothers
and sisters, Assalamu alaikum! Eid Mubarak! My name is Srikanth and I am the Mayor of London. Who found Ramadan really, really hard. They were long fasts, weren't they? Thank you all for coming to Eden Square. There are many, many people here who aren't Muslims, but they're here today to celebrate Eden Square. Let's give them all a big round of applause too.
Being here today and seeing the smiles on everyone's faces, it's so easy to forget about the trials of the past few days. But it's also the perfect time for me to reflect on everything I've learned about Ramadan. On the one hand, it's a demonstration of faith and a commitment to traditional beliefs. But on the other, it's just an appreciation of all the things we all too often take for granted, all the things that we're blessed with. So thank you for joining me on my journey into the holy month of Ramadan.